what is one time where you did need to pivot?
Oh, a recent example is our packaging. The packaging I gave you your earrings in, they're like in a little black pouch.
Yeah.
And I really liked that packaging because I thought it was cute and you could like reuse the pouch. But we had a problem with some of the shipments. Like when they're going overseas, the packages get kind of damaged. And because they're in that pouch, a lot of the earrings were getting crushed. We also had a lot of problems because they were shipping it to us just in the pouches that, you know, they had like one pouch on top of each other that then if like they're kind of throwing around the boxes of earrings, they were getting broken. So like that was a problem that because I'm so involved in the business, I'm seeing the customer care coming through like, hey, they just arrived broken. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Figured out it's the packaging. So now pivoted to boxes. Like, I guess it wasn't really a pivot, but just things like that is like, example. That's a mistake that I made. Oh, I make mistakes all the time on spreadsheets as well. And like forgetting to order certain things that I need. But I think I figure it out.
How do you salvage that when customers get angry? Like, do you take it personally or you just quickly, you know, maybe give them a replacement or like, you know, what is that like?
We always we'll replace the customer first, like, oh, okay, it's broken. What do you want? A refund or replace, or we'll send you another one. And it depends. If they say, this came broken, I'm disgusted, I waited so long for these, you guys have really bad reviews, blah, 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 blah. I'll be like, we're so sorry, do you want a refund or we reship it? If they're like, hi, I'm so sorry, I love your brand, I saved up for these, you know, it came broken, I'm so disappointed, I couldn't wait for them, blah, 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 blah. I say, hi, I'm so sorry. This is the problem. This is Pia, the founder. This is what has happened. I'd love you to have some insight because I'm a small business. I'm just figuring it out. I'm sending you a new pair, plus choose anything else you want for free and I want to send it to you. Thanks for supporting. So like always the customer first, but if you're mean to me, then I'm like, screw you.
You're like, sorry.
Yeah. Like there's been so many times where I'm like, because I still get every email now. I'm not answering every email, but I'll answer some. I see every single one and I'll be like at breakfast and someone's being so mean. I'm like, hi there, this is Pia, the founder, blah, 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 blah. And they'll always reply being like, I'm so sorry. You guys are everywhere. I didn't realize you were such a small business. I'm like, yes, I see it all. So don't you mess with me. Like the funniest is when like I'll see someone I know personally or like an influencer or someone, I know their name and they'll be like, where's my order? I ordered it yesterday. Why isn't it shipped? And I'm just like, wow.
This is how you speak to customer service.
It's really interesting. You have like a lot of insight because you see some, I'm sure, big names come through your orders.
Yeah, and not that big. Sometimes I see some big names. I'm like, oh, major slay. But I would never send them anything because I'm like, I feel like, well, one time a really big influencer told me that she uses a fake name so that brands don't get her address and keep sending. So now I'm very respectful. I'm like, oh, if you're buying something, maybe you just want to be like a normal person that buys it and receives what you ordered. Like I'm not going to jump in and now you know I know your address and blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to leave it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but then I'll always be like, are they wearing? Yeah.
Something that I love about you, the way you speak on podcasts about the people who buy your product, there's such a genuine humility and appreciation for every single order. I hear you say this all the time, and I don't know if you know that you say this, and I don't know if you know how rare it is, but you'll say, I can't believe they spent their actual money on this.
Oh,
or like they're spending their money on this. And it's so endearing and heartwarming because I think so many people, especially, I'll give a generalization, maybe in the influencer industry, it's not as like, wow, I'm so grateful that you spent $100 to buy something that I made. And I think that's what makes up the ethos of Heaven Mayhem in many ways. Even if someone's never heard you say that, I feel like that energy translates into the brand. And it's probably why I became so obsessed with it. I didn't even know who you were before.
Perfect. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly. And so I would love for you to touch on that because I feel like you have such a gratitude for your customer that has remained true to today, even when you could be like, it's just one order, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, firstly, I love that you've noticed that because it's true. Like, I'm so grateful for every purchase, and it blows my mind when people, like at Stagecoach, I saw so many girls wearing. And I was just like, I was like with my husband, now walking past this girl, I'm like, I love your earrings, just like being a sweet girl. And she's like, you made them. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, I was like freaking out, like, wait, you know
she's
about
like,
this?
bitch, you made
Yeah,
them.
it was so funny. But I just like, I think it just blows my mind. Like the fact that she knew that it was my brand, I was like, oh, what? Like crazy that people spend their money. I think I'm very intentional with what I buy. I'm not just like buying crazy things, and I don't just see an order as a number. I'm like, oh, I wonder where they're going to wear it. I want, you know, it's like so personal. It's so exciting. And I'm just like so grateful that even like you were saying how you went online a few times and were thinking about it. Some of you can like see the stats and it'll be like one order after one session or one order.
Don't look at my stats. Please don't look at my stats. That time, I think I was on your website.
First order after like 40 sessions. So that means they've been on the website 40 times thinking about it. And I always look at that. I'm like, oh, were you like, could you not decide? Were you saving up? You know, like what is it? Like it's just so interesting. Like every order that comes through is a real person on their laptop, on their phone thinking about, I'm going to get these to wear it with this outfit. It's just so cool to me.
What is the Heaven Mayhem girl? Who is she?
She's me. I think
so if you want to be
like,
Pia.
I think she's just all of us. Like she's just like something else I need to touch on, which relates to that is some people were asking me like, what is the Heaven Mayhem brand? Like, what's your brand language? How do you want to speak? And I'm like, okay, well, we don't want to be like funny. Like, I mean, sometimes people say I'm funny, but we don't want to say like, we don't want to be cheeky. We don't want to be like kind of tacky funny. You know how brands kind of try and be like too funny sometimes?
Sure.
Like that's not us, but we don't want to be too cool girl that we're not nice. Like we are the nicest community. We're grateful for every purchase. In no instance do we ever want to like diss on another brand or say another brand's bad quality or like anything. Like we want this Heaven Mayhem community, but it's not a club. It's not like an exclusive club that you're not in if you don't buy. Like come to our website every day, look at our blog, look at our styling stuff, and then go wear different gold earrings. But like just be in the Heaven Mayhem community. There's no like exclusive club. And I think that's like the Heaven Mayhem girl. Like she's nice. She's grateful for everything. She's just a genuine person. She loves to look good. I mean, if we like really get down to it, she's like a Hailey Bieber fan. She loves TikTok. She loves Erwan. But I think her personality is just like she's a really nice girl who always wants to look put together and cute.
Amen.
I know.
I mean, like that's
what we all want.
Yeah,
right?
that's perfect.
Well,
I
also,
would be concerned if someone was listening and like, that's not
That's
me.
like that's not what I want. No, totally.
Who are you?
Totally.
But also I think the approachability of it is, and you know, in the future could raise your prices, but I think it is the price point is so perfect that I feel like when I buy or wear my Heaven Mayhem earrings, it's this approachable price point that gives me access to a high level look, if that makes sense. So I wear it with my, you know, like in gym clothes or a sports bra, and I just feel like it's that touch of elevation that's
what
added.
I love. Yeah.
And you feel like you are a trendy girl, but you didn't have to buy something so expensive to be a part of that energy, if that makes sense.
I couldn't agree more. And that's why I like the price point. Like I personally like dressing very simple and I like adding accessories and I love my Bottega bag. I love my YSL stuff, whatever. But I also don't want, okay. I don't like to say I can't afford things because it's bad for manifestation, but I choose not to spend every penny I own on designer items. It's unrealistic and like same as everyone else. So I like that it's a very accessible price point. Like you can save up for them pretty quick or you can buy 10 pairs easily. Like we can kind of meet both of those. And I also think like if you're wearing an everyday outfit from like Aritzia kind of vibes, Heaven Mayhem goes perfectly. But then if you're also wearing like a $3,000 dress, then unless you're wearing diamonds, like are you really going to spend like $3,000 on earrings? Like I feel like Heaven Mayhem's a great addition to like any tier of the closet and it looks really good. It's not like it looks like cheap jewelry.
No, I wear mine athleisure wear and then I wear mine with fancy dresses.
out.
Yeah.
Like both. I wear it, the whole spectrum.
Yeah. I love wearing like leggings, a jumper and the earrings, slick bun, little sunglass, lip liner, done. It's like, oh,
done.
She's
Walk
ready. Like I just feel if you have the hair nice, like it's slick, it's like not messy, and then you have the earring in,
You're
it's
done.
just a signal to everyone that she's ready.
100%.
That is,
Whereas if you don't have the earring, it's like, did she just actually come from the gym? Like,
yes.
where if you have the earring, it's like, oh no, she's going out. She's ready.
she's ready.
Yeah.
What was the feeling or the energy when Hailey Bieber wore your earrings? Or was it just like, I'm still humble, like I'm not gonna make this or whatever? No, but like, or did you really celebrate your wins? Because
I don't celebrate anything. I need to start.
Yeah.
But well, the thing is, I don't celebrate anything, but I like scream a lot. Like my friend was over, I'm like, like screaming. So like I celebrate like that, but it's not as if I'm like, guys, I'm hosting a party, like
Sure,
we're going out
sure.
for dinner, I'm buying myself a gift. No, I don't do shit like that. But yeah, I just like I'm so happy, like excited about it. And like whenever anything exciting happens, like I'll look down at my phone when I'm driving. So naughty. I'm like, oh, this happened. I'll be driving along screaming, like, I love my life. I think it's
That is
really good.
celebrating.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
celebrating.
exactly
That's
better than
that's
buying
better than
shit
than a dinner
And,
or a
like,
party.
My husband was working from home for a bit and like some fun stuff was happening and he'd be like, yay, that's so good. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really good. And then after like the 10th thing, he's like, come with me. And I was like, oh, no, like I can't. He's like, come with me, stand up. He puts his time and goes, we're doing 3 minutes of dance.
Oh,
And so like we
sweet.
just like danced a little bit and like did some celebration. So I feel like, yeah, I celebrate like that. But when Hailey wore, when she wore the first time, I was so excited because I thought she was going to wear because the stylist told me that she was taking it on her trip to New York. So I was like, get me these pap photos. Like I was kind of really watching for that period and waiting, like watching and waiting. And then I saw it in the photo. It wasn't that close up, but it was like she posted a photo of it twice in a carousel and like you could see the earrings, but they weren't that obvious. And so I was so excited. And then when she wore the second time was like so major because she posted a carousel so close up in the earrings you're wearing. Yeah.
I love these.
And it was like
like your
a
Hailey
3, 4.
I mean, I'm definitely not Hailey Bieber, but thank you for that.
3, 4 post carousel. Like the earrings were the star of the show. It was like a white t-shirt and the earrings. So like,
That's all you need.
all
All
you
you
need.
need is a white t-shirt and these.
right? That's what we're
Earrings.
saying.
Yeah.
So it was so exciting because it was also the day before they were launching. It was like that couldn't
Kismet.
be more
Wow.
perfect. And I wish that I had more of a, well, no regrets, but sometimes I'm like, damn, if only I was a little more savvy. Like if that happened now, I'd be like, media, this, like jump on this story that Hailey Bieber's wearing this pre-launch, blah, blah, blah. But I was just like, slay. Let's post it.
Looks so great.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's great. But it was like the timing was everything. It was so perfect. And then I don't really know how, because it's not like she tagged. And we're a small brand. And at that point, I don't know how many followers we have, maybe like 20,000. So it's like not like we reached an insane amount of people saying Hailey Bieber because we reposted it. So I don't know how, now people kind of know that it's the Hailey Bieber earrings. Like I'll see on TikTok, like, Miss Hailey, maybe get these. And I'm like, what?
Oh my
It's so funny.
God.
It's amazing how people like sniff that stuff
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
And
They'll
the fact
find
that
it.
you can say that Hailey Bieber wears the earrings is like so many people are making purchase decisions based upon you saying that versus them seeing Hailey in it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, she just has the best style.
Oh,
I love her
really
vibes.
does.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've never. known Hailey Bieber, but
you know her personally?
I personally know her. We just got close this year.
yeah.
But I haven't like really dived into the world of Hailey Bieber until like a year ago. And I am obsessed with everything that she does.
I know. I think it's so like eye roll and being like, oh, Hailey and Kendall. It's like, yeah, we know, like they're it girls. Like move on. Like
Yeah.
Oh
whatever.
no, we
But
are
I'm sorry.
big Kendall
We're big
girlies.
Kendalls.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Kendall's, I love Hailey, love her style. But I think if I did have to swap wardrobes with anyone, it would be Kendall, just because she's so chic and she's so timeless in the day, and then she's so sexy at night, which I love. Like she's always wearing like the mini dress and like hot things.
Yeah.
I would say Kendall's more my style, but if I had to switch closets, I think Hailey's clothing would fit my body type better. Kendall's would not work for me.
I know.
No,
yeah,
me
we're
neither.
not.
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
like
that's the
5'2".
thing.
No,
I'm like,
they would
you
work
look so
for
good
you.
in everything, and then I'm like, you're literally 10 million feet tall.
Yeah, she's tall. Kendall?
She's like 6'5" for sure.
She's 6 foot. Yeah.
She's tall.
Okay, I have a kind of a pivot question from the wins situation. Has there ever been a point in the last 2 years where you have really felt a lot of self-doubt and not confident in running this business? Or maybe you felt like a sense of imposter syndrome, and what did you do to get yourself back on track?
Not really within running the business, but I think sometimes when I'm in meetings or in person with like people, maybe like influencers or celebrities or just like people older than me that have been around for so long, I feel major imposter syndrome. Like, why the fuck am I in this room? I'm so annoying. I'm embarrassed to be me. Like, I just want to like shrink a little. Like, I'm quite tall, so I feel kind of like, oh, I need to like bend down. Like, I don't want to attract attention. Like, anything I say will be dumb. Sometimes I get self-conscious about my accent. I'm like, oh, they're gonna find it so annoying. Like, I think that is where I feel the imposter syndrome. I'm like, they'll ask me what I do, and people will say, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I have a brand. Like, I would never be like, sell myself, I think. Or like people be like, why did you move to LA? And the reason we moved is because my husband wanted to move for his brand. And then I'll be like, oh, we moved for my husband. He has a brand. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, hopefully you won't ask about me and I won't have to tell you, because I'm like, obviously I'm so proud of Heaven Mayhem, but I'm like embarrassed that they'll think it's like not good or something. So I think that's where the imposter syndrome comes into my life. And I haven't really dealt with it. I don't know. I guess I need to get better at dealing with it, because like I am really confident when I'm with people that don't intimidate me, but a few people intimidate me, and then I'm like, who have I become? This isn't me.
It's so hard.
I've definitely struggled with that too. What has helped me is I explain it like it's my friend's company.
Tell me more.
So the way I saw it was, I would be in a situation with my fiance and his friends, and they would ask me like, what do you do? And I would kind of just shrink and like be like, oh, I run a account or whatever. And then my fiance would be like, no, like she does this and it's a this. And then have you ever wondered how to find like best restaurant recommendations in LA? Like she has and he will like light up as he's like talking about my business. And I noticed that, and later I asked him about it. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could talk about it the same way that you talk about it and be as confident. And maybe it's because it's mine that it does. Yeah, you don't want to brag or whatever. But he was like, no, you just need people. If you're excited about it, like people then get really interested and excited back. So then I started that tactic. And so whenever someone asks me, I kind of embody his energy of explaining it and also relating it to the person and being like, oh, have you ever had this pain point? Like that's what we solve for. And that helps them also feel really, it's not like you're pitching them or being like, well, this is my business, like selling you, whatever. But it's more about making them feel excited, because people want to be excited about what you're doing, you know? Because then when you shrink down, then they get uncomfortable too. Because think about it the other way. If anyone has ever
about it,
right? If you've asked someone what they do and they're like, oh, I just whatever, then you're like, okay, bye.
I was thinking about if you said that to me, I'd be like, okay, doesn't sound that cool.
Right?
Whereas
Exactly.
If you're like, oh my god, I'd love you to check it out. Like this is his. I'd be so excited.
Totally.
And I think no one's going to sell yourself as hard as you. Like that's the thing as well. Like no one's going to work harder for you than you